Hello, you guys. I am just checking Instagram and YouTube to see if we're actually live here and you guys can see us. Come on in, say hello. Just gonna take me a second. Yep, we are live. Okay. It looks like you guys are getting an ad. I'm getting an ad on the live. So we're going to get started here in a second. We are going to do book club. You can see we have Stephanie and Cheryl here. We did move to StreamYard for the rest of this event. So you guys will see that there is links for the times directly on YouTube. And hello, Nikki. Hi, Jana. Hi, Kathy. Kathy, did you see that I emailed you back? Erica, I unfortunately had to do some actual work today, so I'm only about halfway through the presentations, but wow, they're great. I can't wait for what's next. So much creativity. The presentations really have been amazing. And kind of as we're getting started, maybe Cheryl, we can kick things off. Cheryl and Stephanie can talk about the presentations that they did. And I think that would be a good way to get going. So Cheryl, do you want to kick it off?
Sure. So I did getting going wild with polymer clay. That was fun. Oh my gosh. So I did it with UV printing along with acrylic painting. That was so much fun. I had no idea how much fun, it's like when you're a child and you're playing with clay and it's so much fun. And then you grow up and you're like, oh my God, I forgot. This was really a lot of fun. It's a lot of fun. So I really hope people really will get into polymer clay because it's really a blast. It really is. And fun things that you can do like earrings and necklaces. So yeah.
I love that you did that. You guys, I'm just looking. Okay, first of all, the numbers are getting up here, but do you guys see that we are at subscribers 9.99? We're about to
that. Come on.
That's awesome.
That's so fun, you guys. It's super fun. Hi, Elaine. Oh my gosh. Okay, so Stephanie, do you want to talk to them about you?
Mine is, I kind of say it's party in a box. So I really talk about party decor and using HTV, which is heat transfer vinyl and adhesive vinyl, and how you can I say glamming it up a little bit. And I had somebody send me a really nice comment earlier about it. So this is just like a little treat box that you can buy. And then I just put adhesive, and that's for spilling the tea, because we all know we're loving Bridgerton. So that was kind of that spilling the tea kind of thing. But how you can put it on things too. So that one says little tea cakes. It's hard for me to. So things that you can set around for your parties to kind of elevate and glam them up that we already have. So I included some free files with that also, so that they would have those files to make them. So I can't wait to see what everybody says and how they love it. And if you don't love it, let me know that too. I can take it. And I can't wait. I've not watched Cheryl's, but I love me some polymer clay. So I can't wait to see how you use the UV with it also. So that's going to be fun.
Yeah.
Super duper fun.
Yeah.
We had Stephanie on yesterday as well. So it's fun to take her from favorite things to now talk about book club. And we're going to talk about a few books here. We are waiting for a couple of other presenters, but since we are the ones, I at the last minute changed us over to StreamYard. It might take me a second to get everyone in here. So we're going to get started. I'm thinking Cheryl brought you guys a lot of books. Like a lot of books. I brought you guys 3 books. Cheryl, not so much. So Cheryl, I'm thinking, do you have can you look at your stack and choose 5 that you would start out with?
Yeah, because they're all from the same author. And
here we go.
So, and here's the thing, they're very inspirational. They're great for kids. They're great for adults. I can't wait to hear if you guys have ever heard of them and have ever read them, because it's really addictive. So are we ready? And the illustrations are off the charts. You ready? So the first one is called Maybe.
Oh, beautiful.
Oh, wait. Okay, listen. So here, a story about the endless potential in all of us, written by Kobe Yamada, illustrated by Gabriella, New York bestseller, What to Do with. So here's another one. What to do with an idea.
Mm.
These are amazing. I'm telling you. What to do with the problem. It's so good. What to do with a chance. And then trying. And all of these, one right after the other, after the other, after the other. I mean, it is amazing. It is so fast. You can read it probably in 10 minutes and will just bless you like unbelievable. But I want to show you some of the pictures in here.
I've never even heard of these books, but oh my gosh, gorgeous.
It is so, I'm telling you, it is truly incredible. And look, there's not a lot of words, but I'm telling you, it will inspire you. It is so cool. So let me just read just a couple of little sentences because so this one says, have you ever wondered why you are here?
So, like the illustrations in that are incredible. What's the author again?
Kobe Yamada.
So amazing.
You are the only one you are the only you there ever has been or ever will be. You have so much to offer. Is that amazing? And I'm telling it's just,
Cheryl, show the pig. Show the pig.
Okay. Well, I have one on my desk. Look. And I did a UV sticker on it and says it's Wilbur Blush, but I'm not terrific, Charlotte. I'm just about average for a pig. But yeah, I'll show the pig. So obviously you've read this book. Oh, it's so amazing. It is truly amazing.
It seems like an amazing graduation present for seniors.
And honestly, it's okay, so where is the pig?
Even the page you just showed had the pig in the corner.
Yeah, okay, because there's not a whole lot of.
So cute.
It's so cute. And then this was, I think, his number one, which is what to do with an idea. And it's so good. It's really so good.
Read from Maybe. Read something from Maybe, because people are commenting about Maybe, and I love what to do with an idea is what's coming up through the comments.
Okay, so
read something out of Maybe.
Okay, so it says, maybe you are here to help in ways that only you can. And here's the picture, which is amazing. And then it says, there will be struggles, there will be fears, and it won't always be easy. At times it will feel really hard and you might make a mess of things. You may fall down. Is that incredible? It really is amazing. It is.
Really beautiful. Absolutely beautiful.
Yeah, I totally love those books.
Okay. So Cheryl, I'm just over here squirming in my seat. So I have a picture because I don't have it up here. My girlfriends, I bought all of us the book and the Maybe stuffed animal.
Oh, I didn't even know there was one.
So there's a couple, and one of them, he has a old-timey flight helmet on with goggles. So there is a stuffed animal that goes with it. I feel like maybe you said graduation gift. I think it's a gift for every heart, every occasion, every step. I bought it for a friend that was going through a very traumatic life experience, just to kind of not say. And we had shared some of those. So I bought it for each one of us because we all are more than we think we are. And Cheryl, I should have known that you and I would both. And looking in the comments, the people, if you have it, to me, I just want to take the book and photocopy it and do The drawings
Right.
are beautiful in it, and
Yeah.
the sentiment is beautiful. And somebody said that they read it to their grandkids. Someone else had said Kathy said they keep it by their bed. To me, it's, if you're having a great day, you look at it and you're like, man, life is great. If you're having a bad day, you look at it and you're like, it'll be all right.
Yeah.
So yeah, it
Yeah.
speaks to you, to me, on so many levels. But you have to get the pig, Cheryl. You've got to go find him.
I do. So look at this. So it says you may fail, and look at this. So it's scribbled, and the pig has got the pencil, and it's so hopeful, so just really just amazing. And again, I bought 10 of these and I gifted them out to people because it was just so inspiring. And of course, the one, what to do with an idea. It's so cool. It's so cool. And I'm like, why didn't I come up with that? It's so good.
Because you didn't have the book. Why did you come up with ideas?
Yeah. Anyway, so
It's like a fantastic share.
yeah.
I don't want to go now, Cheryl. I'm done.
I know that's the problem. Stephanie, you're next.
I don't want to go now. But I did bring that people didn't know that there was the stuffed animal. So that's that one.
Yay.
So I'm going to kind of follow her theme, so that mine is a classic, and it's Where the Sidewalk Ends. Because again, it's got illustrations that we love. And there is a poem or a short story to match every moment of everything. And of course, we all have some favorite ones. And I kind of just pick different ones because sometimes, we like to be silly. Yesterday, we were talking about things that we love that kind of bring us joy when we're working. This is one of those. I actually have it on my desk and I'll look at it because nothing beats thinking about, for me, it was my brothers. My brothers always read to me and remembering different moments. But, it's just, I love the books. Of course, Shel Stevers, he has other books, the Apple.
Yeah,
so
one of my faves.
That one actually is a stamp. If you didn't know it now, it's a forever stamp. And Patrick, that's his favorite book. So I bought him the stamp and had it framed so that he would have that. So, you never know when you talk about a book and somebody just says they grew up with this. It's timeless to me. It's a classic if you're 8 years old or if you're 80 years old. And to me, that I'm reading the comments and smiling. I love that something that can just kind of touch you at no matter what stage you are. And the same like with Maybe. It doesn't matter if you're having a great day or a bad day. It can kind of reach you. So at least I could follow up, Cheryl, with something that kind of just flows through. And this is a timeless. And I actually have framed some of these and have them as artwork downstairs. I like them that much.
So good. I know. I was smiling too. The girl who pretended she was sick and it was Saturday.
Yeah.
It's clever. It's very, very clever. I also remember being grossed out by some of them, but I can't even think which ones they were. But I do remember, like, as a kid being like, not sure if I like that one.
And it reads different as you read it as an adult than when you were a kid, because then you're like, oh, it's not as bad. Or some of them you're like, oh, that was worse than I thought it was.
Oh, okay. I'm so excited because Dara is here. So do you want to, real quick, talk about the class that you are teaching and then share some books?
Yeah. Sorry, the time zone. I had it for this time, and then I got a message, and it was like the time zone was different. I was like, "Oh, what happened?" So then I was able to readjust. So apologies, we all figured it out. But okay, so I'm Dara Thomason, and I've written, talking about books, the 12-Step Perfectionist Recovery Program. So as a former school teacher, mom of 5, and quilting, as you see, the free motion quilting liberator and life coach, I've actually learned how to work through all of this perfectionism. And so, like, what if I fail? so many of us, when we were kids, we were taught when you fail, you're wrong. But that's what perfectionism says. But really what it is you fail. Now you just know one way of not doing that. And that you're that much closer to accomplishing it. So my class is on the beauty of overcoming perfectionism, because it really does open the doors to like, you can like, this is good. This is actually, the more you fail, the better. You get so much closer. So that's my class that I'm sharing in the summit.
Yes. So
am I here to share my book? Because look, I'm like such a quilter. Look, I even have like my little quilty book, little bag. I was like, like the magical, but you know what? I kind of went a different way. So I just thought, well, I need to include my fun books that I wrote myself. So those are there. And so that just like, and the way that I teach free motion quilting, it's not like do this, do that, do this. It's like, here are the fundamentals, and then do it the heck your way. Like, this is how you're going to learn.
Wait, Dara, tell us the names of your books. And then, has anybody else written books here? I know Cheryl's working on a book.
Oh, yeah.
Stephanie, have you written a book? I don't know. Bonnie, have you written a book?
No, I'm not that talented.
Bonnie, you're talented. You just haven't gone through that phase, that era.
I'm actually writing one, and it's terrible. I hate it. I hate every minute of it.
Well, remember what they say, like the bad first draft? You always have to start with they say the crappy first draft or whatever, or they say it. But so this book is my first one, and I basically have like the 10 fundamental quilting designs that you want to learn. And so you don't just like memorize these things, you actually learn them. So for example, here, okay, so we have like the E's and L's. So you start, and then I give you like, this is a lined piece of paper. This is how you practice. So I give you like the design elements, and then I give you 10 little exercises, like workouts. Like, I know you love to run, Karina. So do I. And you don't just go and I've never done a marathon. That's not where I've gone yet.
Neither. I only do halves.
Well, there you go. No, I haven't done a half yet. No.
Oh, okay.
But
I like halves the best.
Yeah. I like to do, hit my 10K. It feels really good.
Oh, 10K is awesome.
I know.
That's a 6 mile. Like, I mean, that's especially, I hate to say, at our age, when everyone's popping out their knees and their hips and stuff, like it's a much better length than the half marathon.
Yeah. Yeah. So, but then I give you like little workouts, like do this for 2 minutes, do this for 3 minutes. So then it takes out the overwhelm of, and like the thing is, it needs to be fun. And then I give you 5 variations of, so if you can do this, you can do these. Right. And so now you're not like, so many of us were like, you have to be the good student. You have to do it a certain way. And it's like, no, that's boring. So let's learn the concepts. And so that's what this book is. It's the top 10 fundamental designs. And then this book is actually the doodle. So I'll give you a prompt. Like this prompt is stars. And then I give you like the prompt, then the technical assistant. So like actually what you should do when you're free motion quilting. Exactly. Everyone learns differently. I was a school teacher for 10 years. I had a lot of students with lots of learning differences. I own children. I have a variety of differences, applications, and then coaching. And so I have that same pattern throughout. So that was a really interesting process to actually write a book. I went with C&T Publishing. So having, all these different eyeballs on your work. But yeah, so I thought that was fun. But can I just share, like, I have 3 businessy kind of books, because as I was looking through your summit, I was looking at like, how do you have a creative life? And one of the things that, does anyone remember this book? This was like back in, when was it first published? It's How to Feel the Fear and Do It Anyway. I remember seeing this book in the London airport and buying it, because I was just like, I want to be that kind of person. This book is amazing. Dr. Susan Jeffers. And what I love about it is we have a lot of us, like, perfectionism is all or nothing. And this graphic I thought was really helpful, because if we put all of our eggs in the one basket, like I have to be this creative, or I have to like have so many people on YouTube following me, or Instagram, or I have to have, published or whatever. If we put all of our worth and all of that in one and it doesn't happen, then we're depleted. We're like done with. And so I really like this concept of like dividing your life into 9. I call it the holiday squares. Like we're all like different fun things. So like contribution, family, work, relationships, alone time, hobby, leisure, personal growth, and friends. So instead of dividing your life into like work and family or like whatever that is, it's like, no, I want to be well-rounded. And to be a super creative, amazing person, we have to be more diverse. So that was one thing. But do I just do the other 2 books quickly?
Yeah, tell us. What do you got?
All right, I got it. So this one like changed my life, because what he talked about was we have the 4 self-sabotaging hidden barriers that we don't even realize because they're really hidden. One is the feeling fundamentally flawed. Most of us walk around being like, I hope nobody knows that I'm actually like, I don't have it all together. I make mistakes all the time. I like yell at my kids. I like didn't, whatever. Right. So if we feel like that is a truth, then we will not show up powerfully. Okay. So that's the first one. The second is disloyalty or abandonment. It's like, if I'm too successful, my family will like abandon me, or my community, or even my husband. I work with a lot of women. They want to work on their weight loss. And they're like, he might, one of the women actually was like, my husband hates it when I'm flirty. And if I'm skinny, he hates it even more. Isn't that fascinating? So for 20 years, she feels like she has to keep the weight on because she has less fights with her husband. It's fascinating. Okay. So that is definitely one of hers. The third one is believing that more success brings more burden. Isn't that so? And a lot of us, we heard our parents say, oh, those people are rich, or those people are famous, and look at all their problems, right? So we have these like false beliefs. And then the last one is the crime of outshining. So this one's fascinating. I have 3 brothers and 2 sisters, but my one brother was 16 months older and he failed a grade. So we were in the same grade. He refused to go to the same school. My parents couldn't celebrate me. And they still struggle with celebrating me because they don't want my brother to feel bad. Isn't that like, and it's crazy. I'm 51 years old and I bought my dad's car, and both of my parents, they've been divorced for a while. And both of them said individually, your brother's going to be so sad because he really wanted to buy his car. Do you know how long I kept that car for? 5 weeks. I couldn't handle it. It was a reminder, right? So thank you, Gay Hendricks, for writing this book and helping me. I probably should have read it beforehand and I could have kept that car. That's okay. All right. So if you are, in your creative journey and you're feeling like you're like sabotaging yourself, or you're like, I don't know why I'm not being as successful, go and check this out. It will really help you. And especially as you continue your journey, new obstacles are going to come up, right? Okay. The last book I wanted to share, and I'm actually doing a in-person retreat in Victoria. I live on Vancouver Island. I'm up in Canada, and end of September, beginning of October. And this book by Dr. Benjamin Hardy is fascinating. And one of the things I wanted to share was that the personality tests it's a $2 billion industry. And the problem with it is that we think we want someone to tell us who to be and what to do because we think it's easier. And I love what he said here. Paul Graham, an entrepreneur, venture capitalist, he said, the more labels you have for yourself, the dumber they make you. When someone proactively labels himself as an introvert or an extrovert, they officially made themselves dumber, unless for some reason one of these labels will enable them to achieve a particular goal. And so I was thinking about like your purpose, Karina, of like really helping people step into their power, right? Like their creative power, like their contribution. Like, aren't we so glad that these authors and poets like put their work in the world? They make our life so much better. And so, but if we say, well, I can't do that because I'm an introvert, or I can't do that because I'm an ENPF instead of a JF or whatever on the Myers-Briggs, then it's like we just put ourselves in a box and we never let ourselves like truly live the life we want to live. So,
Sarah, what's the name of that book and who's the author?
Yeah, so
is it Benjamin Hardy?
Yeah, it's Dr. Benjamin Hardy. Personality isn't permanent. So the other thing I thought was really interesting with this one was that Myers-Briggs was actually a mother and a daughter in the 50s trying to understand their husband. Like there was no like science. There was no, I mean, women have wisdom. Don't get me wrong. Like I have this whole thing on menopause that I'm like menopause manifesto that I'm sharing in May. It's going to be amazing. But we all have wisdom. We've been training for this power. But the problem is if you put a label on yourself, then you limit yourself and you never get to be who you want to be. And so if you think that like you only can be this way, then you just put yourself in a creative box, a limit, right? Like you put like chains on you and you can never be who you really want to be. So those were the 3 books that I thought if someone really wants to like live a very creative life, build an incredible business, those would be really good start for you because we have a lot to contribute in this world and we have to learn how to overcome these obstacles. So of course, as a life coach, that's what I do. But I mean, there's all these amazing experts that help us along our own journey.
Yeah, I love that so much. Thank you for sharing those. And then I saw in the comments, people were asking, like, are we going to get a book list? So afterwards, in this YouTube video description, we will post the list directly in the description. So if you are like, what did she say? We're going to try our very best to give you all.
I will send all of those to you for sure.
Perfection. Bonnie made it, which is so good. Bonnie, will you tell everyone a little bit about the class that you're teaching? And then would you like to share?
Yes, I would love to. Okay, so I am a business and life coach, and my presentation is all about taking your potential customer from just curious and like, oh, who's this person? What are they doing? All the way to customer, because sometimes we think it's like a one-step process, but it's really a multi-step process. And if we're not doing it correctly, then they can fall through the holes and we're wondering why we're not getting customers, right? So that's my passion. I love teaching people about that customer journey and how to get them there, but I love books even more. All the books. And I'm usually an Audible or a Kindle reader or listener, so I don't even have the physical books, but I'm going to tell them to you. And these are my favorites. So I have 3 kind of business self-improvement ones, and then a bonus fiction that I love so much that I'll share too. But the first one is Think and Grow Rich. Anybody else a fan of that one? You guys love that one? Anybody else share that?
No one shared it yet, and I'm so glad someone is. Although I think I'm like the only business person in the world who couldn't get all the way through it.
Okay, I'm glad you said that because it is not light reading. I tried to get through it 13 times, and then I finally bought the Audible. I was like, this is much easier. Not that it's a light reading. Like if you are a fan of reading and taking notes kind of curriculum style, then definitely get the physical copy. But just to get through it the first time, I think Audible is really, really helpful. Because then you don't get stuck on stuff. There's some deep concepts in there.
Yeah. And I will say this, if you have trouble with Think and Grow Rich, I recommend the other one he wrote, the Devil one. You guys know what I'm talking about?
I've heard of it, but I don't remember what it's called.
Phenomenal. Okay. That is such an easy read, but it's a similar concepts. And I think he does a better job in that one. So it's funny that it's not as popular, but it's spot on.
Like
I'm going to look it up, but yeah.
Okay, good. Apparently we need to read them both. Yeah. So essentially, I mean, and honestly, what kind of turned me off about the book before, because I've heard multiple business experts recommend it, was that it just sounded like it was a little like money obsessed, right? And I know I deal with this with my clients all the time because I have mostly women clients, and we do not like the idea of being obsessed with money. Like that feels really icky to us. It's a lot of times what holds women back from being entrepreneurs is they're like, well, I just want to do it for fun, or I just want to do it maybe for a little bit of money. Like I'm not obsessed with it. But it's not that at all. It's that you change your mindset, you change your financial situation. And I think we all want a financial situation that allows us to do good, right? It's not about greedy and like, oh, let me have all the money in the world so I'm better than people. It's about what can we do? How can we change the world if we have more wealth? And so he talks about all the different ways that we can fix our mindset so that We are just kind of allowing God, the universe, whatever you believe, to send you abundance, so then you can go out and change other people's lives. So good.
And it's called Outwitting the Devil, guys.
Oh, good.
It's fantastic. I really recommend the Audible version for that as well.
I'm super glad you said that. Awesome. Yeah, so that one is a little bit, like you're saying, like a little bit heavier, a little bit more of a like take notes. What I've liked doing is listening, and then I'll stop and take a couple notes on my phone, and then listen to another chapter and do the same. So, okay, so after that one, the one I love is The Gap and the Gain.
I know Cheryl, were you gonna do that one, or were you gonna do another Benjamin Hardy one?
Well, I mean, that's definitely one of my absolute favorite ones is The Gap in the Game. I mean, for real. But
Yeah.
10x is easier than 2x, and
this is actually
Your
the
Future Self Now is an awesome one too. If you haven't done that one,
What's that one called? Future Self Now?
Be Your Future Self Now.
Okay, cool.
It's really good.
He is a really good writer and just very, very wise. And I think he's pretty young too. I mean, like in his 30s.
He is. I saw him speak last year. He's
Oh,
excellent. Yeah, he's great.
Cool.
He's really great. He taught at Funnel Hacking.
I saw him too. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm in a group, and he came and spoke with. I mean, it was really, really good.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I really like how he. So The Gap in the Gain actually isn't his concept. He co-authored this book, but he took what was a great concept and he wrote it just really, really well.
Yeah.
And so basically what it is that he says, like, this is where we are, right? We're right here in the present. There's this gap between where we are and where we want to be. And then there's the gain, how far we've come. Oh, good. You have it. I love it. Is that a workbook?
This was the original. So Dan Sullivan wrote a book every quarter. And then, so that's what the original was. And then Benjamin Hardy went and like built it up. So I actually was going to share it. So way to go, Bonnie.
Yes, I'm glad you got it there.
Awesome.
Well, and if you listen to the Audible, which
they have those conversations.
They have a talk.
Yeah.
Dan and Ben talk.
Yeah.
Yeah, they like ask
So
each other
good.
questions. I think Dan is like super, super brilliant. He's just not quite the writer that Dr. Hardy is.
Sure.
So I'm glad they teamed up. Yeah. So basically, so many of us, especially those of us that are really kind of go-getters and really productive, we're always focusing on how far we have to go. Well, that goal, well, that dream, well, that idea, well, that I'll never get there. I'll never get there. And you're always measuring towards. I mean, it's good in so many ways, right? It keeps us moving forward. It keeps us making progress. The problem is, if we never look back to how far we've come, we just think we're always making mistakes or not moving fast enough, right? It's kind of like a kid who's just always trying to be something better and never looking at how far he or she has come, right? And we're always told, don't look backwards, only look forwards. The problem is, backwards is what our life is made of. It's made of failures and successes and highs and lows, and that's how we learn wisdom and lessons and how we grow and get stronger. So looking backwards is essential, and looking forwards to the next thing. But anyway, so many of us just get caught up in that gap, right? Like, I'll just give you an example. I had a goal for quarter one in my business, and I was just like eye on the prize, right? Just like going for it, thinking, just using all my mindset power to like, I can get there. And when I got there, the first thing I thought was, I should have made it a bigger goal. Like, I should have got just one more, right? Because I made it. And instead of thinking, awesome, like, let's sit and relish in the joy of making it and all the work it took to get here, it was like, dang. Your brain is just always looking for something to fix. That's normal human nature, totally okay. But just be onto it a little bit, pay attention. So such a good one. I love that one. The third one I want to share is kind of like an in the trenches business one. So for anyone who wants to market their business in a way that's going to be beneficial and simple, and it's called Marketing Made Simple. Hence the simple. It is one of the Story Brand line of business books. Story Brand is a brand that basically helps people create their business into like a series of stories. Like, so instead of being something kind of dry, you're sharing the story of who you are and how your business has got here, and you're sharing your marketing through stories. But what I love about Marketing Made Simple is it breaks down the Story Brand framework in a step-by-step process. So if you're working on a website, or you're working on emails, or you're working on any way of getting information about your business out there, this book is amazing. Like, I will sit there and open it up and just help my clients like page by page. Okay, and then we're going to do this, and then we're going to do this, because there's no guesswork. They're like, we have tested this 1,000 times. You're going to want to put the header here, and then you're going to want to put this button here. And it's really, really an excellent boots on the ground type of look at marketing your business. So
Does it actually say it's by StoryBrand, or does it say it's by Donald Miller?
I think it says it's by Donald Miller. Yeah.
Okay.
Good point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don has amazing books. Like I would say, like his building a story brand book. For those of you who haven't, his Business Made Simple is phenomenal as well. The first book I read with him, and I made from him, and had my kids read, is 1,000 Miles in a Million Years. It's phenomenal. It's a memoir. I think it came right after Blue Like Jazz, which I think he won a lot of awards for. But I think it's better than Blue Like Jazz. It's 1,000 Miles in a Million Years, or something like that. It's so good, you guys. Like your heart, like you just. Anyway,
are they both memoirs? The Blue Like Jazz and this one?
This is kind of before he kind of got crazy into business, and you can kind of see him stepping into business through these two memoirs. You see him like starting to talk about the hero, the villain. Like he starts like foreshadowing that, and then he came out with StoryBrand, because he really didn't start that company until he was something like 47. Yeah. And I remember I was still in my early 30s, and I was like, there's still time to make it. When like Donald Miller hit his first 10 million, I was like, I still have time. It's like, you feel like you're so behind. I'm like, I'm in my early 30s. Like, give me a break, you know?
It is so interesting. Like the world loves to celebrate, like, oh, the one who made their millions in their 30s or their 20s or whatever. It's like, you don't know anything in your 20s. Come on. Let's just celebrate those of us who have gone through life and enjoyed and learned and grown. And yeah, never too late. I love that.
Yeah, I love all of those, Bonnie. Those are so, so good. Okay, so those are your business ones. Do you have something else for us?
So I have one little fiction series that I love. Have you guys talked about the Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon?
No.
Okay. It's a long name. The Unselected Journals of Emma M. Lyon. It's like Pride and Prejudice, but a whole series. And easier to understand. Sometimes that old-fashioned language, you're like, wait, what? You know? Delightful books. They're kind of like little novellas. They're really, really small. There's like 8 of them, I think. So you can whip through them in like 2 afternoons or something. But they are just delightful. Just romance and witty repartee and just so cute. If you need a light read on an afternoon when you're tired of self-improvement and books that are trying to make you better, these are so adorable. You guys would all love them.
I love it. So good. And you guys go check out Bonnie's class. I think you will love it so much. Bonnie, is your class live today? I think it is.
Yeah, I think so. Somebody said they liked it. So thank you.
Good. I'm so glad, you guys. Okay, I brought 3 books, and then I know Cheryl has more books as well. I mean, you guys, those of you who've been with me. Oh, also, actually, Kathy was emailing me today. She is, I don't know. Kathy, are you coming to Italy with me? Like, okay, that's a totally different thing. But so at our design business conference, I did let DBC know before anybody else that we had this trip to Italy. So she gave me this book, and it has been phenomenal. I'm like, look, I've gotten notes on it, Kathy, because she was like, are you actually reading that book? Because she heard that there are boxes all over my office. It's called The Pivot Year. Have you guys seen this? I've never heard of it before. Brianna West. 365 days to become the person you truly want to be, which is so great. Yes. I know Jamie said, boo, Italy sold out. The Mountain is you. Yeah. Tell us about that. Is that hers as well? Oh, you're muted.
Okay. This book is like, what I like about her, and like, I haven't done the Pivot Year yet, but I did this for a retreat as well. She makes life more understandable. She makes like all those, like all your fears of like not showing up or like comparing yourself to other people. Like she describes like small T trauma in a way that makes so much sense. And you're like, oh, no wonder I do that. So this was another one that I was kind of thinking about, but also like what Bonnie was saying, like it's not a hard, not Bonnie was, but you were saying like something light. This is kind of like change your life, but you don't have to be like a therapist to understand it, but it's like, oh yeah, it's like super relatable. So I do recommend.
Really, really fun. I'm just going to read one out of here for you because it's so great. Day 16 says, you may fear the quiet times in your life when your soul goes through a winter. However, it's often those same times when the most profound and human work of all is being completed. Be still, do nothing. It is both the quiet and the noise that writes the symphony, the blank canvas and the paint that makes the picture, the rest and the movement that gives you the wisdom, insight, and clarity to press forward more boldly than ever before. The words are so beautiful. They're so, so beautiful. And she's got them set up by days. So it feels bite-sized, like you just read one a day. Anyway, that's a big throw out to Kathy Hayden for handing this book to me at the Design Business Conference. And the reason I asked if she's going to Italy is because we let Design Business Conference know about Italy before anybody else, and then we sold it out in minutes. So good job, guys. I think it says there's 4 left, but I happen to know there's a wait list, so it's a little bit of a lie, but there you go. Okay. I am going to share with you guys some books that are more design related. Okay. So these are books I picked up for specifically the University of Arts and Design. And we also have them in Design Suite. And the first one is humongous and expensive, but you can't get it on Audible. It's fantastic. This is the Complete Pattern Directory. This is by Elizabeth, I don't know if Wilhide. She does a great job because she is pulling in lots of different eras. This is a monster book. You can see it's really, really heavy. We use this, of course, in our first surface pattern design class. So there's a huge section on William Morris. There is authentic designs from, I mean, like every stage of life. They feature a lot of different designers from the era. So it's a really fantastic book. And what I like about it is I think that, especially if you're not in the design world, what you see out there is whatever Target produces, whatever, like the home decor stuff. And you don't realize that there's really some fantastic design work out there that's really different. They're playing by the rules. Some of them are breaking the rules, but it has different eras and different feels. So that's what I'm trying to teach our designers, because how do we stand out? We're different from everybody else, right? The design work has to show up differently. That's how you get contracts. That's how you get your work being sold. So I love this book. The next one is our creative innovations class we do at the University of Arts and Design. I use Betty Edwards for our color class. So of course, they're all painting their color wheels, and it looks like this. This is exactly the color wheel we do, right? And we're painting it, and it was great. I was surprised. To me, so when I did my master's degree at the University of Minnesota, we did color, and you have to mix all these little dots together. There's all this little stuff that you have to do. And this I felt like was more straightforward with dealing with the color wheel. And so I really love this book. I think she does a good job. It's because she's a painter. So she comes at it differently than a graphic designer. She comes at it very much pigment based, which I think is really good. So if you take the creative innovations class, half the class for both emphasis areas is the color class. And it's pretty fun. Do I have any university students here? Oh, Kathy said we just hit 10,000.
I was going to say, I was watching and it hit 10. So congratulations.
Yeah.
We were just talking about it.
Oh, so good. Do I have any university students here? I'm not seeing like Emily, or I think I saw Brenna a little bit earlier. So this class, I know like Tiffany and Shara had said like this really made a huge difference for doing stuff. Oh yeah, Brenna's here. This book's amazing, she said, and I forced them all to buy it. So good job, university students. Now this one, which has about a gazillion, look at those, you guys, this is ridiculous. It's because I did a huge lecture on it in class. This is called Visual Thinking. This is by Temple Grandin. I think Temple does amazing work. She's autistic. She's kind of the first autistic, especially female, to come on the scene. She's well known for having created an entire system for cows to not feel anxious and nervous and fearful in the slaughter process, which many of them are going through, which seems like, this crazy thing. But she goes through and she talks about, this is called The Hidden Gifts of People Who Think in Pictures, Patterns, and Abstractions. She talks about how we are systematically getting rid of people who think in picture mode through schools. Because what happens is we are very a verbal-based society. So we test verbally. Everything that we do is very verbal. And by doing so, we're actually eliminating the people who would work at NASA, like our astronauts and our scientists, because most of them are actually picture thinkers, which is the way animals think. Animals aren't verbal, right? So they think in pictures. This has some astounding research in it. It's so good, you guys. And one of the things that I really like is I went through and I tested my whole family just with her little test to see kind of where we ended up. And it was not surprising to me that my autistic kid was the highest on the visual and pattern spectrum. And I was further down with one of my other kids on the verbal. Just super fascinating. I cannot recommend this enough. Like, I really like Temple Grandin. When my autistic kiddo was really struggling at school, I brought her home to homeschool her, and we read a lot of Temple Grandin books because I just wanted her to feel like empowered. Like, being autistic doesn't hold you back from doing anything, and she really proves it. So anyway, so good. Pam says, when I was a math teacher, I had my students draw out their equations and use algebra tiles to factor. Making it visual made a huge difference to my students. So good. This is why I love, especially 504 and IEP plans, where they require visual or written for students. I wish that all teachers just did that. That's the one great thing I feel like, especially having an online university, is because we're so visual, because everything is audio. Like, we're working on also having transcripts, on also having like all these other things to help students, because I really believe this, and it will really help. So those are my shares, you guys. So I'm going to let Cheryl go next. I also think, Stephanie, you're giving something away today, aren't you, for Caesar?
No, that's tomorrow, Patrick.
Oh, Patrick's doing that tomorrow. I think I'm giving.
I'll give stuff away. You never know, but Patrick was scheduled tomorrow to give away.
I think it's me actually today. I will look at that while Cheryl gives us more books.
Okay, so I'm going to go really old school. Are you guys ready? Have you ever heard of this book, The Greatest Miracle in the World, by unwinding? It is so good. I have given this away to so many people. And I would say after the first chapter, did you like it, Bonnie?
Honestly, it's something, I think I read it like in my 20s. It's been a long time, but thanks for I want to revisit it.
Okay, there was
in my mom's bag, and I was like cleaning my studio, and I was like, I think I know this book, but I didn't know it until you said it, and I was like, oh, I've seen this book, and it's just right. It was right there. That's so.
I want to see your library over there. How many books you got there?
I have literally bought so many of these and given them away, and it's about. Anyway, you guys really need to read this if you haven't, because it's really powerful, and it's about this imaginary, even though you don't know he's imaginary, Simon Potter, that comes to Agmendino, and they have this relationship, and he goes over every day after work and he sits with Simon, and Simon just kind of pours into him as a mentor. It is so good. And at the end, it gives you really about believing in yourself, and it's so good. It's called the God Memorandum, but it's like it says, I gave you the power to think, I gave you the power to love, I gave you the power to will. It just goes through this whole thing, and you're to read it for 30 days. It's really amazing book, and it's really cool. It's so cool. I did not want it to end, and then they came out with a second one, God's Rag Picker or something like that, but it was never quite as good. And you can't put this down. I'm telling you, you just can't put it down. It's one of those. Okay, so another one, I'm going to go old school again.
That's crazy. Let's see if I have it in my studio.
Jonathan Livingston Seagull.
I don't have it, but she loves it too.
Oh my gosh. What another one of those books, just so inspirational. So my heart is bursting with book joy. I mean, it is truly, and it's about, Jonathan Livingston Seagull believing he can fly, and everybody else thinks he's weird and he's crazy, and no, you're not supposed to fly. And it's really cool. So, but here's one that I want to talk about. I mean, there's so many I want to talk about. Geez, Louise. Okay, this one I want to kind of pick up where Dara was talking about Ben Hardy's book about the personality. So this is called The 100X Leader by Jeremy Kubicek. This probably, besides the Word of God, had more impact on me than any other book, and not book, but what they represent. And they represent, so you were talking about personality, and so the personality tools, if you will, are to be a mirror to show you, some of the things that you do, our tendencies. What I'm telling you was such an eye opener for me. You have no idea. I mean, seriously. And they have this in this 100X leader. It's about a Sherpa, talking about a Sherpa that takes people up Mount Everest, and all the things that they have to overcome. I mean, it's really, it's life-changing. It really is, because they talk about tools that will get you there and helping you to understand. So I'll give you an example. One of them is called the 70-30 tool. And it's where we need to be in our, we thrive in our 70%. And when we're doing the 30% that drains us, we have to know that we're there. And so when I was putting on my sublimation summit, I'm doing the majority of the work. And so I am not, when it's coming to scheduling 92 classes, it is overwhelming in a 3-day period. That's definitely not my forte. And I'm so, 8-10 hours a day, I'm in my 30%. But this past time when I did it, when I understood where I was, I could then stop at like 5 o'clock and go, okay, so now I can refresh myself. I can go and do what refreshes me in my 70%, which, I'll go out with friends. I'll do it. It was so different. The stress level for me was amazing. It just was, I can't even tell you, truly life-changing. And there are so many different tools. Know yourself to lead yourself. There's just, it's amazing. So I would highly recommend that book. And another one is Limitless. Have you guys heard of this one by Jim Quick?
I haven't read that one, but I'm very excited that you're showing it.
It is really a great book. He had a brain injury when he was 5 years old, and he ends up, they told him he was stupid and he wasn't ever really going to be anything. And anyway, so he really overcomes, and this is a really powerful book. And it's a great book if you want to do, like you were saying, with the retreat or whatever, to go through this with a group of people. Really powerful book. All right. And then one more.
Let's do it.
I mean, I could, but this is on my Audible, and it's, I actually have the hard copy somewhere, but Atomic Habits. Unbelievable.
Always good. Always good.
Yeah. That one is a big, huge game changer as well. Love that book. I've probably listened to it 10 times and I love it every time. It is a Japanese theory that says eat until you're 80% full.
Yeah, there is a Japanese theory that where you eat until you're 80% full. I don't know what it's called though. So
is that
it might have been that Hara Hachibu that she's talking about above, but I don't know what that's in relation to. So
I think it was, she's talking, you said the 70-30 rule.
Oh.
So I think that she's talking about like the 80%.
Okay.
Yeah, so I think she was relating to your
Okay. Right.
So good. We're almost out of time. So, but I want Stephanie to show us her other. She has 2 other books, I think.
Oh, well, mine for everybody is mine is light, because I love to read. I love audibles. I love and just a quick, my husband and I did a like 16-day cruise to Hawaii and Cheryl those last year. And it's 5 days at sea before you ever get to Hawaii. It was the most blissful 5 days that I did not, and I'm like, I did not Insta, I did not tick, I did not talk, I did not face, I did not book, I did not do anything social media. I did not read a single thing that would improve me, that would make, I was done. So, and I kind of was like, I kind of wanted to go back to that moment, because I feel like we have these jobs and we educate, and then we want to feed ourselves these inspirational books that y'all have talked about. But then I'm like, I need some, either, I'll say this, I need some good trash, I need some good romance, I need, so I have read this book so many times that I have parts of it memorized. I've seen the movies, but mine is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, because I feel like sometimes and all of these titles that have come up just enforces this more, because we're looking back and we're looking forward and we're pivoting, but sometimes we just need to be, and we don't need to educate ourselves, and we don't need to be college Cheryl and me going, oh, I just read this great book, it's going to change your life. And I'm like, this book changed my life when I was like 8. And then again, when I was 12, and then when I was 15, and then when I was pregnant, and then when I was pregnant again, and then a miscarriage, all of those things, it just feels like sliding on that pair of Levi jeans that you love, and they fit when you're a 4 or when you're a 10, they're magical. So the books that I kind of chose for this was everything opposite, because I wanted to really say sometimes we can read just to read, and to slide into bed and know. I'm the type of reader that when I close the book, I'm like, I wonder what Anna's doing now. Like, they are so real to me, the stories and the people. So my next book is that I'm going to say, it's a series, it's 2 books. It's called A Song That Never Ends. And then the second book is Roses in December. And it is kind of a family saga that starts with the Great Depression and it comes to now time. And it's a family saga. And if you do not love the little sister Anna, and you do not picture her with pigtails and a plaid shirt and overalls when you read it, then you're not reading it right. And it is it's just a book that you feel like, especially in the South, like you feel like they were your neighbor, and it just feels like home. And as a side bonus, one of my best friends wrote it. And I was so wonderful and I hate to say one of my best friends, but he's been a great friend forever, and he's a cardiologist. So to see a cardiologist that I always see as very technical, to be able to write something so beautiful. But even if he wasn't a friend, even if I didn't know him, I love the story of it. I love it feels like watching a beautiful Hallmark movie set back in time. So that's one of mine that I love. And again, it's A Song That Never Ends. And his name is Mark Gibson. But it's a quick read. It's also available on Audible, so you can listen to it. I read it first, called him at like 2 a.m, realized it was 2 a.m, hung up. And then later I was like, I just got to talk about this character because she was so real to me. And to him as an author, he was like, oh, that's such a compliment that this person is so real to you. And it's a beautiful story. But I didn't really think I liked historical anything, but my next book that I love is, again, it's historical. It is The Nightingale by Christine Hanna. And you should read it after you go to Paris sometime, or read it and dream about going to Paris, because it really does start with the occupied war in World War II, and it's two sisters and they get separated, and it's their stories of the war and how it affects people differently and how those outcomes make them to the people they are today. And there was a movie that was being cast to film before COVID for this book, and it kind of fell apart. So, but I keep hoping they're going to put it back together again, because again, it's a historical, it's a little romance, it's a little family drama, it's a little bit, I mean, it's tragic. You have Holocaust, you have all of these events that are happening. So true events, but fictional story. But I read it before I went to Paris, and then I read it again. And just to think the streets that they walked on and the tragedies that kind of fell in Paris and Germany. I was in Germany during that trip. And so to me, it even hit home a little bit more because I had walked those streets. So like I said, mine was totally opposite of everybody's, because I wanted to, sometimes at the end of the day, I want to put in my earbuds and I want to piece out everything. One of my favorite audibles that I go back to over and over and over to go to sleep and block out noise is Green Lights by Matthew McConaughey. And I love because he reads it. And so when you listen to the audible, it's his story, it's his song, it's his life in ways. So if you want a good, just pop in your ears to hear Matthew McConaughey, who is one of my crushes in life anyway. So those are kind of different genres of books that I love. And then I'm going to save this one for last because I want to die on this hill that I read it before it was trendy, and that is Wicked. I've read all the series. I read them in the 90s when they came out. And so my son got me the gilded version a couple years ago before the movie came out, when I had seen the play and fell in love all over again. So if you haven't seen it, definitely the Broadway play is phenomenal, but the books absolutely tell the story from beginning to end, to where Wicked is just one segment of it.
So good. Thank you for sharing, Stephanie. I feel like we got a good range in this session of different kinds of books. If you're looking for something, I think we gave you over 30 books. So some in business, some in marketing, some in design, some in inspiration, some fun. I know, like I started writing, I was like, holy cow. Now, this is really cool because we want to end, of course, with a giveaway. And Sarah just sent me the winners. I know that Dara says she wants to give away 3 Summit Lifetime Passes, but we're going to do that directly in the community. So if you are not part of the event community, which you can access through designsuitecourses.com if you have a free ticket, just make sure that you are, signed up in the event community, because we'll probably do a raffle in there. Okay. So go check that out. But because this is our book panel, we are giving away, I have to turn around to find it. We are giving away, although this is the paper version, we're going to send you guys the hard copy. One of you is going to get Design, Profit, and Prosper. This is on Amazon. It's on Audible as well, but we're going to send you a physical copy. This is my first book that came out. And if you're thinking about becoming a designer, this is a really good one to start with. Then Make Art That Sells. This is my second book that came out, and we're going to send someone this. And then finally, we are going to send someone, and you get to choose which one you want, our Design Suite Daily Planner. So this is a huge hardbound planning system. You see there's my planning for today. And if you're interested in these, and actually if you win this one, we need you to go to designsuitecourses.com/daily planner, because you can choose the front cover. So there are multiple covers. I have another one here. Let me grab this for you guys. Here's this. This is the I was going to say Wiltshire Daisy. That's a really old line I did with Riley Lake. This is Ciao Bella. So Ciao Bella, this fabric line, there's a few in this. And I actually think this is Ciao Bella as well, which is right behind me in fabric. So there you go. Okay, so the winners, Kathy Murphy, you won the Design, Profit, and Prosper book. Congratulations. We're going to mail that to you. You just have to email customerservice.karinagardner@gmail.com, and we just got to get your address, and then we're going to mail it to you. Elaine Gilmore won Make Art That Sells. I hope you really enjoy this. This is like a formula, you guys. Someone like said, Karina, like you actually like built a book that tells you how to build style. And I was like, that was the point. Let's build style. So here we go. So Make Art That Sell. And then Paula Royable, we are going to send you a daily planner. So these are all available on Amazon if you guys are interested in them. But we built this not for the general public, even though they're on Amazon. We built this for Design Suite. So like we have like kind of our methodology for how we plan, how we're being smart about planning. And this really, it takes it to the next level. It looks like just lines, but there's actually a methodology to the whole thing. And there's a video on that daily planner site. Congratulations, you guys. Way to win. All you have to do is email customerservice.karinagardner@gmail.com. Okay. And we will get that to you. Okay. We're going to do a raffle on Dara stuff directly in the community. I hope you guys had fun in this session. I love hearing the books that people are reading. It's so fascinating to me. I read a lot. I mean, a lot, like several books a month. And I'm always fascinated when people say books that I've never even heard of before. I think, Cheryl, you had several in there that I was like, I've never heard of that before. And then those in the chat when we were talking about favorites, I think Dara posted The Witch of Blackbird Pond. That was like my favorite growing up. Oh my gosh. Or Island of the Blue Dolphins. Oh my gosh. Well, her name was Karina as well. So I really loved that book. And then I think there were a few others that people were posting that I loved. What did I miss, you guys? I'm like trying to look in the comments.
I don't know, but I was a Witch of Blackbird Pond nerd too. Oh, and none of my friends liked it because it was just kind of, I don't know.
It's like so good.
You would only read Babysitter's Club or whatever was trending in the 90s. I don't know.
Oh,
hey,
my
Bonnie,
gosh.
you probably read V.C. Andrews too then, right?
No, what's that?
Okay. That would be Cheryl and I's, but that was kind of like trendy books that were, it was like the adult version of Babysitter's Club. And they were a little, a little murder, a little bit, it would be, but they were like the adult version. And that's the one I always wanted to read was the adult version. And somebody asked, what's the story behind my ruler? So you'll notice when I do lives, I switch things up. And so I have a ruler because I always have a ruler for sewing and things. I have buttons and I have a pair of scissors. So I just changed that up. And I absolutely love the ruler. So somebody noticed and asked the story behind it.
I love it. Thanks, Stephanie, for sharing that. Okay, you guys, just like a big hand clap for getting us to 10,000 this week. Congrats to me, but congrats to you guys. Thank you for getting us to 10,000. We are super excited. We were just talking even before this began. I think you guys are going to see more of this. If you like these book club things, tell us, because I think we'll have more people on. Cheryl's actually in our Creative Entrepreneur Mastermind group this last year. We only do it in January. And it was fun having her in the group because she told everyone all these different resources. We talked about 10X probably a lot in that group, right, Cheryl?
Yeah. It was awesome. I would definitely recommend it.
Yeah. So we only opened that up in October and we only let a very small group come into that mastermind group. It's usually January through March, although we have had a couple of check-ins in April because I just really love this group. So it's been really, really fun. Okay, you guys. Everybody have the most amazing rest of your day. I hope I get to see so many of you tonight. We're doing our mini design boot camp. It's a 90-minute, I'm saying 90-minute. I'm going to try really hard to stick to that. It's a 90-minute design boot camp from 5 hours of content. It's going to be hard for me to do, but we're going to try our very best to do it. It is free, usually design boot camp. Next week, if you're coming to the live, it's usually $27. But a lot of people have been asking, Karina, how do you get into Design Suite? It's only through boot camp. That's the only way we open it up. So we're going to open it up tonight. For those of you who are interested in it, we'll tell you pricing, we'll answer questions and all of that good stuff. And we'll tell you really how I went from making $0 to making 6 figures as a designer. So I'm going to tell you guys a little bit about that.
Is that going to be recorded?
Nope. Live only. Cheryl, live only. You have to come to the boot camp.
We have we already have reservations, so I can't.
It's all good. I know Cheryl's also in our MCM group, so that's marketing. I'm gonna plug this, you guys. We are doing a free marketing challenge. Not next week, because next week's design boot camp, but the week after. It's called the MCM challenge. It's Marketing for Creatives membership. It's our low price membership, and there's a wait list right now. So it's designspeakcourses.com/MCM. And we're going to every day do marketing activities so you can kind of see what you need to do in your business to really market. So that's going to be really fun. It's just live, and we'll probably be doing part of it here on YouTube. So we would love for you to come to that. It'll be really fun. I know, because Cheryl's like, Karina, you keep planning these things that I can't get to. I'm like, I can't help it if there's a thing every single day and you're busy running your
Clear your schedule, Cheryl. Clear it all.
I know.
Like you're running a business or something. You're like super busy. It's so weird.
I know, right? I know. Well, they say if you want to get something done, give it to a busy person. So
it's so true. All right, you guys, everybody have an amazing day. We'll see you tonight or tomorrow morning.
Yes.
And have a great day. See you guys. Bye.
Thank you. Bye.